Welcome, fellow photographers. Sitting on my old rickety office chair amongst billowing clouds of nasty pine pollen, this is your laughable but knowledgeable Pro Photo Tip of the Day host, Mark Boucher. Today, I will show you how simple it is to create this cool zoom effect in every photographer's best friend, Photoshop. Here you see an image of a beautiful stallion, and it looks kind of like a cool zoom Superhorse kind of thing going on here. So I'll just call this guy Superhorse. This effect would be good with any subject that's moving towards you. So to start, let's get rid of these layers and start from scratch here. Okay, now with the layers gone, here we go. This is our original image, and what we're going to do first is create a couple of layers by copying the background layer. Now we could do one of the layers from background, but I just like to leave it there because it's so easy to create new layers. Let's call the first one sharp, and then we right click and go back up to duplicate layer, and we'll call this blur. That's like I hope to be later after the six-pack. Okay. Now we have our layers. We need to add our zoom effect. So we go up to filter, go down to blur, and go and look for radial blur. There's radial blur right there. And we have these different controls in this box here. What I like to do always is to run it best. It takes a bit longer for the computer to create the effect, but I think it's worth it. And in this case, we're looking for a zoom effect. And I found something around 30 is pretty good. I've experimented with 20, 40, 10. And I'd advise you to experiment too and pick whatever effect that you like, because you are the artist here, and it should be what you think is good. And next thing here is to put the center of the zoom, and I'm going to try to get the center right around this area right in here, like the head of the horse, but it's kind of a guesstimate here. So let's see, and it's a little bit above the center there. Yeah, let's go for that one, see what happens, and press OK. And the computer chugs along, chug, 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 chug. There we go. And look, the clear area is right near the head of the horse. I actually got it right the first time. That's unusual. What we want to do here is to clear up the subject a little bit, and mostly leave the legs mostly blurry because they are moving. They're going to be blurry anyway. But we want to be able to see the subject. So what we're going to do is create a mask, and we're going to create a simple mask here. Just press this little arrow over here until you get the black as the foreground. Click the blur layer and click on the layer mask icon, and that creates the blur removal layer, if you want to call it that. What we're going to need is to paint inside this layer here, or this layer mask. So we'll click on paintbrush, and let's pick a brush around 100 pixels or so, and we want the hardness to be 0. We want a nice fluffy brush for this. The hard brush, the effect will just, to me anyway, not look good. So we have our nice fluffy brush, and then we start painting. And you can see, oh, I also forgot the opacity around 20%. So it takes a few strokes to actually get anything to start looking clear. You have a little bit more control over it, but no. And let's do the horsey's head. Beautiful stallion. I wish wish I had the money that costs to feed that guy. And just do an unblur the front of the horse a bit more. Let's go and get his leg here. Clear up these jeans over here. And the stirrups in front of the horse. Get his butt a little bit better over here. A little bit clearer. And just a little bit on the legs here. We want to keep those a little bit fuzzy because it's movement. It shows action. Let's get his boots showing up. But he paid a lot of money for those boots, so he's going to want to see him, right? Okay. Make sure the hand's nice and clear too. And there you go. And I look forward to any comments you might have on this video or my blog. Speaking of my blog, please keep checking every day because I'll have a new tip for you every single day. Unless I lose my internet like I did yesterday. So in the meantime, keep a firm grip on your camera and always wear your camera strap because it really hurts to sweep up a pile of very expensive glass.